Punch Audio, through the Audiobook Creation Exchange, presents England's Best Haunted Places. Written by Stephen Plant. Performed by Bruce Cullen. 1. Ghost of Blackpool. Blackpool Pleasure Beach. Home to several ghosts and infamous hauntings, Blackpool is famed for being a centre of fun and frivolity, attracting millions of people each year to its famous Pleasure Beach, Tower and Pier. However, Britain's northern capital of fun has a secret. It hides a darker side behind its carefree exterior. Blackpool is one of the most haunted towns in the United Kingdom, playing host to a plethora of ghosts, ranging from demented clergymen to scorned lovers. British Paranormal names 3 of its favourite haunted locations in Blackpool. The Grand Theatre. Blackpool's late Victorian Grand Theatre is said to be haunted by Charlie, a mischievous ghost that likes to play pranks on spectators and performers. He has been identified as the spirit of an audience member who threw himself off the theatre balcony after being spurned by an actress that he had become infatuated with. In the 1980s, a pantomime director who was attending a dress rehearsal of his show was sat in the upper circle of the theatre, close to the spot where Charlie is thought to have flung himself over to his death. Little did he realise that he had wandered into a hot spot of paranormal activity. According to reports, as the chap sat watching the proceedings on stage, he felt his shoulder being tapped. Turning to see who was responsible, he was surprised to see the rows of seats behind him empty. Shortly after, he again felt his shoulder tapped and again turned to see no one behind him. When the tapping happened for a third time, he became convinced that someone was playing a trick on him. He searched from row to row, scouring the seats for signs of the culprit. His investigations were fruitless. Besides from the ghost of Charlie, the theatre is said to be home to at least 2 other benign spirit entities. Thomas Sargentson, a former manager of the establishment, is said to keep a close eye on current staff, often escorting the manager on his rounds. The ghost of a recent employee is also thought to be inhabiting the media room and has been spotted by several staff who knew him in life. Paranormal researchers have suggested that the heightened spiritual activity experienced at the theatre is a byproduct of a paranormal portal that occupies the space above the stage. Kilmagrel, Blackpool Beach. Britain's coastline has been changing for years. Over the centuries, shoreline erosion has consigned scores of towns and villages to an underwater fate. Kilmagrel is one such village. Situated somewhere off the coast of Blackpool, the village is thought to have been swallowed up by the waves sometime in the Dark Ages. Ever since Kilmagrel disappeared, residents of Blackpool have been reporting paranormal phenomena along the town's coastline. It's been claimed that on dark nights, ghostly lights can be seen shimmering on the horizon, and the mournful sound of melancholy shanties can be heard drifting across the water. Particularly common are the reports of church bells tolling on a stormy night. It is thought by geological experts that the settlement was possibly swallowed up by the brine following a sudden catastrophic rise in sea levels, possibly precipitated by an unexpected natural weather event. The traumatic disaster would have resulted in the deaths of many desperate souls. The only warning they would have received in advance of their impending doom would have been the solemn tolling of the local parish church bell. This is what we still hear to this day. Blackpool Pleasure Beach. Blackpool is home to the world's very first ghost train. In 1936, Blackpool Pleasure Beach opened its spooky ride, and a few years later its name was changed to Ghost Train, becoming the first attraction to be branded as such.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?